So I'm here with now almost done President Cech. Just first things first, just how does that feel right now as we sit here at Carroll College?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, it has been an honor of a lifetime to serve as the 18th president for Carroll College since 2018. We have such incredible faculty and staff and alumni, and this is just an amazing institution. So I'm just so thrilled to have sat in this chair.
Definitely, and then obviously something I'm kind of always focusing on is athletics for my job. But one thing that sort of recently happened is you got given an award from the Cascade Conference, who obviously at Carroll College you've worked a lot with for your service. So just how did that feel?
I was incredibly honored. It's been just such a true pleasure to work with the Cascade Conference, with our men's and women's soccer and our women's softball. They've been just fantastic partners. And when I received the award of merit, I was just blown away. I was so pleased. That was great.
You also served on the board for the Frontier Conference, or I guess more than just the board. Obviously, you kind of were
chair of the Council of Presidents for 3 years.
For 3 years, more than not just the board. But obviously, the Frontier Conference and college athletics as a whole is changing a lot. But you, before you left, and the rest of everyone else there helped create what is kind of becoming a super conference at the NAIA level. Just how happy are you with how you kind of left the Frontier Conference, another conference you worked with a bunch?
It's amazing. I mean, we are now, I believe, the second largest athletic conference in the NAIA and the largest geographic conference in the NAIA. And it was just so wonderful to add the colleges from the Dakotas and Western Nebraska. And then for our associate football membership, we added Arizona Christian University and Simpson University in Redding, California. And it's been great. Kudos to Dr. Scott Crawford, the commissioner for the conference. He's been an incredible leader. And also, while I was chair for 3 years, Dr. Les Cook, Chancellor of Montana Tech, was the vice chair and a tremendous help. And also Charlie Gross, athletic director here at Carroll College. He was chair of the athletic directors for those 3 years. So, and just everyone else that made it happen. It's wonderful. And it's great, most importantly, for our students, because our students have some incredible competition opportunities. So I'm going to be excited to watch, to see how the Frontier Conference grows and expands.
You've been in higher ed for, I think, like over 40 years.
Yes.
Does it feel weird knowing that it's maybe coming to an end?
Actually, it's not. So
Okay.
I've accepted a position as a senior fellow with Smith Garson in Washington, D.C., and I'm going to be working on government affairs and advocacy for colleges the size of Carroll across the country. So helping them to navigate just some of the challenges and opportunities with Washington, D.C. and Congress. And I'll be splitting my time between Washington, D.C. and here in Helena. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, that is exciting. How do you think it helps? I mean, obviously being in a school like Carroll at the NAI level, knowing just how important it is, like stuff like funding is so important to be able to kind of keep the school going and obviously help the school continue to grow. So how do you think, obviously, your time at Carroll is going to prepare you for something like that?
It's prepared me incredibly well. And I think what's so important is to be able to tell the story about the impact of colleges like Carroll on their communities, on their states, and the importance for continued federal funding. Things like the Pell Grants, things like subsidized loans, incredibly important, because at the end of the day, education is key for the future of our state and the future of our country, economic competitiveness, and our continued existence as number one in the world.
Exactly. I couldn't agree. I got a Pell Grant too back in the day, so I couldn't agree more with that.
Fantastic. Well, and we are offering here at Carroll what we're calling a Pell Promise, and that means that any student in Montana who is eligible for a Pell Grant can come to Carroll tuition free. And that is only happening because of the Pell Grant. So if the Pell Grant is reduced or goes away, it affects the ability for students like you and others to come to a wonderful place like Carroll College or any other institution in Montana.
Obviously, since you've been here, you've been able to see a lot of growth in terms of infrastructure here at Carroll College. And one I immediately looked at, because I got to kind of watch us break ground on it, was Nelson Stadium, which was obviously a huge deal when it started. It's been a day around forever, but this year, in your last year at Carroll College, it finally was finished and was ready to go. Just how cool for you is it to be able to kind of go there, especially maybe under the lights, not even just for football, but for soccer and softball and stuff, to see Nelson Stadium Enhancement Project kind of come to a close, I guess, but then start being used.
Nelson Stadium is probably one of the finest stadiums in the entire country in the NAIA, and it was a great night, especially that first game under the lights. It was amazing. I'm so grateful to Valley Bank and President Mark Anderson for stepping up to help us. Of course, now it's named Valley Bank Field at Nelson Stadium. And to Trustee Tom Downey and Dr. Michelotti, who led the fundraising effort. That stadium and the technology and both the field and the lights is right now the best in the state. And we are very proud of it. And it's serving football, men's and women's soccer, women's softball, and track and field. Plus, it's a community center. So we're going to have concerts, festivals, events in there. We just finished the high school graduations and our own graduations. So it's really a community focal point, and I'm very proud of that.
When you look back at your time with Carroll College, what are some of your favorite memories from working on the job?
First of all, the students. The opportunity to get to know the students and to engage with the students, and then the wonderful faculty and staff and board that we have here. We've done some amazing things over the last 7+ years, some major infrastructure changes, basically a new library with the enhancements of the Simperman Learning Commons. We have the finest nursing training facility in the state of Montana. We've revamped the Student Center and the dining facilities. The list goes on, but that wouldn't happen without the incredible team I've had the privilege of being a part of and the incredible donors and supporters we have. This is a very special place. What
do you think you'll miss the most with being at Carroll College?
Again, the students. I just love being with the students every day. So that's what I'm going to miss the most.
Obviously, you said you're still going to split time between here and Helena, specifically kind of in these last couple of years. Just what has the city of Helena kind of meant to you?
As I mentioned, I will be splitting time between Helena and Washington, D.C., and Helena's home. We've lived here now since 2010, and we have no desire to leave. This is one of the most fantastic communities in not only the state of Montana, but the Northwest and Northern Rockies. So Victoria and I look forward to continuing to be a part of the Helena community and helping to make this community better. And also, I just want to give a shout out to my wife, Victoria, who's been at my side every step of the way the last 7+ years. She's been awesome.
Okay, that's all I got for you, Doctor. Thank you.